Hi John, Barnaby here from Heavy Hitter Sales Video, doing a free website analysis for austecgroups.com.au. Now this website looks really good, the logo is fantastic, these border images are pretty cool and frame it nicely, and these buttons are really good, so it's well designed. But it hasn't been designed to be an active part of your sales funnel. It's a brochure style website, not a direct response website. Now a direct response website works harder for you than any of your salespeople. It's there all the time, round the clock, always getting new leads and always nurturing prospects into potential customers. So the first thing that we look out for in the difference between a brochure and a sales website are headings. So a big heading that draws attention and relates to the customer, something that solves a customer problem or answers a customer question. So welcome to Austec. It's the biggest heading there, it stands out, but it doesn't really address it addresses the customer but not their needs. So it's welcoming, it's friendly, that's great, but it doesn't really engage the customer for the service they're after. So the thing is, normally you have about 10 seconds to grab someone's interest in a site when they land on it. If you don't have something that directly engages them, something that directly answers what they're looking for, you're going to lose them to the competition. So the headings don't really talk to the customer solving their problem. So there's electrical solutions, quite generic and broad. Air conditioning solutions, again, is quite broad. Nothing specific that someone is looking for that is answered on this page. This subheading is pretty good. It says what you guys do in response to the customer, so give you, talking to the customer. But then the solution for your house and business, it doesn't really answer a specific problem straight away. It's quite general and broad. Now you do have this contact form here, which is really good. Allows people to get in contact with you, and then you get the contact information which you can then use for your marketing purposes. But contact forms are quite lengthy. They take a while to fill out. The person needs a specific request to ask of you before you can potentially make a sale off them. It's almost as if you're asking the prospect to do the work to give you a sale. A more effective method for capturing someone's information for a marketing plan and also getting them to respect and build rapport with Austec Electrical is an opt-in box. Now an opt-in box is a really simple form like this, but without the message section. And what happens is the person will fill in their details, send it to you in return for something from you. So it could be, give us your fill in this form and we'll send you a newsletter with the top 5 things you have to know about choosing an electrical provider. So you're giving them interesting, useful information that they're directly looking for in exchange for their contact information. Now see, you've got this newsletter section here, but people don't really know what they're getting with the newsletter, what it's for, or any of these kinds of things. It's a little bit superfluous almost. It's almost like a pointless button. If there was something telling them what they get for giving you their email, it's going to be so much more effective in capturing those prospects' contact information. So I feel that this website does a really good job in relating to the customer as opposed to just chest beating about the business like most websites do. Most websites just talk about what you can do, how long you've been in the business for, all these kinds of things. But this does relate to the customer, suited to you in the best possible way, able to offer to you. It talks to the customer, which is really good, but it still focuses on business features as opposed to customer benefits, such as, you know, stay cool with our unparalleled air conditioning service, instead of this large block of text, which is a little bit discouraging for people to read. When someone lands on a page, as I said, there's that 10-second window. If there's lots of text that they have to read through, trying to get the information they want, it's really discouraging and they're going to move on. Now it's great that you guys have broken it up into sections, but dot points are a far more effective way of getting across that essential information for people to just quickly summarize whether they want to look into Austec more or move on. Now you've got a client section, which is pretty good, having some testimonials. Although they're not really testimonials, it's more of like a proof that these corporations and companies use your service. Now this is great that you have this. So few websites do. They don't seem to understand the importance of word of mouth selling and how testimonials are just an extension of word of mouth. But if you were to have them on your homepage, maybe grouped more concisely and easier to read, it would be a much more effective tool. People can land on the page and see that these corporations and these government departments are using your services. It's going to build that social proof to such a degree that they're going to go with you as well. Now, an example of a website that does all of these points I brought up really well is actually grasshopper.com. So Grasshopper offers call services to businesses, and as you can see, first thing you see is a massive headline that relates to what Grasshopper does to the customer. Subheadline, similar to yours but a little bit more concise, explains what Grasshopper does but in relation to the customer. Then any text they have is in dot points. The main text you need to see is in dot points, really easy to see and read. Like someone can look at that, get a snapshot, and then move on if they want to find out more. Their testimonials are done really well. It takes up a whole section of their page because they see the value in it. Now for the corporate testimonials, which you already have some of, they've provided just the logo, not a list that people have to look for and then click on, but it's just really simple logos that people can click on to get diverted to that company's homepage. But what this does is people see these recognized brands, they see the logos, and it's a really simple, effective way to show that Grasshopper has credibility with these companies, so the prospect may as well go with Grasshopper. Then they have personal testimonials, so that the everyday person can see that this is the service or the product for me, and they're more likely to go with it. So Grasshopper has done these things really well. Another thing Grasshopper has done really well that is missing on the Austec website are call to action buttons. So this is an example here, this is one, and here's another one. So basically call to actions are large buttons that invite the person on the page to click on it. And they might get something for it, they might find out more, but basically it gets someone involved in the website. They like what they're seeing, they want to find out more, and it's easy for them to do so. Unlike this kind of a contact form, where the prospect has to do a lot of work to get in contact with you to advance your sales. They should have to enjoy the process and do as little as possible while still getting into your sales funnel. So this call to action button, so the title addresses you, subtitle explains it, there's a bit more text if you have any more questions about what Grasshopper does. There's a big hero image which stands out and just softens the page and really makes it look professional. But then if you want to find out more, you can click see how it works. It's a big inviting button. Taken to another really well designed page. Big headline, really good subheadline, images, really simple step-by-step bits of text, more of those testimonials, and then another call to action button taking people straight through to the sales page. So it's a really simple website, but it is perfectly engineered to get sales, to put prospects into the sales funnel. And although this is a really nice website, it doesn't have those elements that are so effective at capturing leads and turning prospects into customers. So that's just a very basic website analysis for austecgroups.com.au. There are a few other things that I point out. You have a really good video. It's a really fantastic way to keep people attracted to your site, to draw attention in, to stand out above from the competition. But it's all the way down the bottom here. People have to go past these hero images, past these blocks of text, another block of text, and then there's a video. It's very little reason for someone to come all the way down here if there isn't anything inviting them down, no calls to action, anything like that. This video will be better placed further up your page, or with a big call to action button taking you to the video page. Essentially, if you can make a sale off the landing page, such as Grasshopper does, So that's the landing page, and they can make a sale straight away. Here there isn't really. They either have to contact you through a different form, they have to find out about you, go through services, or keep scrolling down. So that would be a big recommendation, is to get this video in a private place on your page. But aside from that, there's those other things I mentioned before. So you're free to do with this what you will, or you can get in contact with Heavy Hitter Sales Videos and see what we can do for your business. Thanks.